guys, what is up? It is Adam, the Poke Bro, bringing you another game of ties. This is, again, in the Arkansas State Championships. This is the top 8, and he is playing against his really good friend, and my really good friend too, Kevin, who's another member of Team Legacy. I will put both their channel links in the D-box, I guess. I haven't been really keeping up with that, but they haven't been posting too much lately, which is unfortunate, because they're both really good players. And, yeah. So Kevin wins the flip, and he starts off with a Mewtwo. And look at that, he's got the DC in hand. He's going to drop the Sky Arrow Bridge. Thankfully, Ty has a bench Pokemon to not get donked game 1. But we're going to see Kevin drop down the Plus Power, and then he's going to Pokegear. Not too sure about why that Plus Power went down. Maybe he's trying to kill Smeargle instead with like Catcher and another energy. I don't know, but fact remains that he plays the Plus Power. He could have Juniper. That's probably the more likely thing, I guess, in this scenario. So he's gonna Juniper away a Catcher as well, and he gets down the Celebi. He gets down 2 actually, and then there's the Eviolite. So he's in a pretty good position. I mean, you want to be able to kill those Dynamos. So there's a prize for Kevin. And so it looks like Ty plays down a bunch of dual balls. And or at least flips a bunch. He grabs 1 Dynamo. And it's going to be rough for him losing that first Dynamo. I think he only plays 3, so at max he'll get out 2 Eels. You know, he might be able to Sky Arrow and stuff like that, but realistically, he's in, kind of hot. He's in some hot water right now. He's going to bench what looks like a Zekrom EX and a Zekrom, and he's going to be Junipering. So he is drawing through a lot of his deck, which is nice. He's going to level ball and get out another Dynamo, I believe. There it is. And he still has his portrait for the turn, so he's in a pretty darn good position. You know, despite the fact that he had a Pokemon knocked out on his first turn. He drops the Thundurus. And he's filled his bench now, so he doesn't really have room for the Mewtwo drop, but at the same time he needs the 3 energy. And it looks like he just passes. So that's good in that it puts pressure on Kevin to drop another energy on the Mewtwo, which makes it easy for Ty to revenge it, or easier rather. Still needs a Mewtwo DCE, which is, it's 2 specific cards. So Kevin's just going to switch to get some energy attachments. He does attach that extra grass and a DCE. So he is really all for putting pressure on Ty right now. And he takes that KO on that Smeargle. Ty should just probably send up, there you go. Sends up Thunder. It's probably the best idea. It's got free retreat. He gets out an electric, and he plays a dual ball. So there's the Mewtwo, which is a pretty logical choice to go after. Just as you're watching this, just thought it's worth mentioning. I did speed this up a little bit. I think it's at 115%, so Kevin is not shuffling his hand that fast. Looks kind of crazy, but this is a pretty nice play by Ty here. He gets out an Eel. He's going to have the 2 energy for the revenge KO, and he also hits the end, so he's dropping Kevin to 4, and he's going to essentially tie the prize race. So now it looks like we're going to have a pretty good game. Or, even more than that, it's actually pressure for Kevin because he doesn't have any other attackers. He's just got 2 Celebi on the bench after that Mewtwo gets KO'd. There's another level ball by Ty. And there's another eel. So Ty's really getting it going right now. He's got just about everything he could want on the field, down there. So he's going to retreat into his Mewtwo, and there's a KO. See, Kevin's going to have to Juniper. He Junipers away Tornus. I don't see why you don't at least bench it. It is a free prize, but at the same time, so are Celebies. Just as easy to KO for everything in that deck. He does come down with the Mewtwo. There's a Grass Energy and another Grass Energy. And he's going to Junk Arm. He does have the plus power in the discard. So he's burning through resources fairly quickly, but at the same time, when you're taking those 2 prize KOs, he just discarded a Mewtwo. That might be going a little too big. But we'll see. So there's the X Ball for 2 prizes. Ty's just going to promote another Thundurus. He's got a Dual Ball. If he hits 1 heads, that's probably going to mean another Mewtwo, unless it's prized, which is always an option. I think Ty's running 2. But now, Kevin has 2 in his discard as well, so Ty might actually just win the Mewtwo War flat out. That Junk Arm really hurt, but at the same time, I don't know what was in Kevin's hand. It might have been necessary. If he held on to the draw supporter, the other way to look at it is you're going to net the 2 prize cards and the top deck. So that's 3 chances to hit a draw supporter or a Junk Armor for a gear or, gear itself or a lot of different things. But, he felt it was necessary, and, those are the important decisions you need to make. So Ty grabs a Thundurus as well. Maybe just to thin his deck, or maybe just to have one. Not a bad attacker, especially when your opponent has Celebies, and I don't think Ty's played any catchers. He might have Junipered one away or something like that, but presumably he's got a decent number in his deck. So now Ty is attaching to his Zekrom EX, and he's just going to take this prize with that. Kind of find it interesting. That he doesn't feel the need to use Mewtwo yet. I'm not sure about, what kind of energy he had in hand and all that jazz. It does look like he has a Lightning there. And I think he did actually attach to the regular Zekrom, but there's the Disaster Volt. And now this puts on pressure on Kevin. Does he want to attach to Mewtwo again? Knowing that would only require 2 energy from Ty to revenge kill it with an X-Ball. And that would also, he knows he has the X-Ball in hand and he has the Dynamotors available. So he's going to Juniper away yet another catcher and an energy retrieval. He might be searching for his Rod or something like that. But I'm not really sure how you take out Zekrom EX in this situation. It would have been nice if he would... there's the Gigas. That's one answer to it. But Gigas takes 3 energy to power up, and I know he's wasted at least 2 DCEs, maybe 3 at this point. So it's pretty hard to get those attachments down. He also only has a single Celebi, so he's only got the 1 attachment from... he has a Shaman. So nice play by Kevin. And now we're potentially looking at that Giga Power. It'd be nice to see the Eviolite though, just so you can come closer to 2-shotting him. There's a Junk Arm of a Bridge and a Switch. And that might be for the Eviolite. Yep, there it is. So now we're going to see the Giga Power for 80. The other nice thing about that Shaman drop, thinking about it, is that Kevin's now taking the energy off the Mewtwo, so it's not really something that Ty could just catch her and, get 3 energy on and KO. He is going to KO it, though, or he is going to catch her it, though, and drop a Mewtwo. And drops the DCE. That looks like 2 Dynamotors, so he needs 10 more. And he's going to Pont, so it looks like he's fishing for the plus power at this point. Or if he's played one, then it's only a Junk Arm, or a second plus power if he runs one. But this is pretty bold considering that Kevin only has 2 more prizes, so if he just has the DCE and Ty whiffs, that's game. But I'm guessing Ty just doesn't want to deal with Reggie Giga shenanigans is really what this boils down to. He also knows the contents of Kevin's discard pile and how many catchers and whatnot he has. Better than we do. We know that Kevin's used at least a couple of catchers and a couple of Junk Arms. So his counts are low. Ty dual balls there. Don't know what he could be grabbing out. His bench is also full, so it's not like he can drop Shaman or something like that. So now things are interesting. Seems like Ty's just doing some combat math. He's going to retreat into a regular Zekrom. Looks like he's just going to pass. Kevin's going to Pokegear. I think I see a Pont in there. Yep, there it is. And looks like he's going to plus power and play it. If he can hit the catcher DCE, then he's got game. Again, not sure what his counts are on catcher and DCE. I guess really catcher and switch too would do it. Kevin's going to look through his discard pile too. But it looks like Kevin's resources are really what's holding him back here. He's definitely got, the board position-ish. There's the Junk Arm. Eviolite and an N. I'm not sure what he's going for. Catcher to bring up the Zekrom EX. Alright. And now he's going to be able to do another, what is that? 80 damage to it. So it's at 160. It's 20 away from being KO'd. 160? Yeah, 160. And It's an interesting spot now. That might have been Kevin's last catcher. Doesn't look like he's got a draw supporter and a really small hand. So if Ty can just somehow kill that Mewtwo, he should be... That's really his best bet at this point. Using Zekrom leads to him getting knocked out. Using Zekrom EX is obviously not the right choice. Thunderous, you know, Mewtwo EX is really his only viable attacker right now, and the main problem with that is that Kevin's got his own Mewtwo on the bench. So there is an attachment to his Mewtwo. So I believe that's 5 energy on the Mewtwo now. Ty straightens it out for me, you know, as I'm narrating this. Kind of funny. He's going to Junk Arm, and there's the catcher. So that's really big. And he's got to make sure that he's got the right amount of energy, which he does, but you know you always want to be sure. He's now playing a draw supporter of some sort, probably a pawn. Yep. Kevin's going to tap. And Kevin's going to Dynamotor, or Ty's going to Dynamotor, my bad. And there's the X-Ball for KO. So now the question is, how does Kevin deal with the Mewtwo? And I guess his answer is really going for that Zekrom. If he hits a catcher there, it's his game, but again, I'm not sure how many catchers he's got left. It can't be many. He's going to retreat into Gigas, and he's got 4 energy on that Gigas. Kevin's got 5 energy on that Mewtwo, so even if he attacks, if Kevin can just drop, or not Kevin, if Ty can just drop the 6th energy, he can X-Ball and one-shot the Mewtwo even, or one-shot the Gigas even with Eviolite. And I'm thinking that's what we're probably going to see here. And Ty's going to do the math, but he has the lightning energy in hand. And he should just, it's got the DC, so he attaches X-Ball for KO. So that's game 1. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure if you like this video, you rate, comment, subscribe, like, do your thing, and I will catch you guys in the second game.